Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. It's Cass here, and today I have almost like another episode of Girl Power, and I was going to have like a glass of something, but my coffee is downstairs, so I don't want to go. Just finished my acai. Well, I didn't finish my acai bowl. I'm like halfway through, but I just thought I'm going to sit down here and talk to you for a couple of minutes because the other day a friend of mine on Twitter posted that she hates social media because hip dips, and that's what I wanted to touch on, because I feel like social media nowadays is so amazing and so horrible at the same time. So let me start with a hip dip. So recently, a hip dip is basically as you stand up, and instead of your hips going out, they have like a little dip. And apparently that's a thing. So we've been told to be worried about our tummies, about the thigh gap, whatever else people come out with. But now is a hip dip. I'm pretty sure I have one. It is actually, I think, your bone structure. It's not just like if you have the muscle there. I know if you work out with your minimus and medius of your glutes, that's how you're going to make it a little bit bigger, because it gets the side of your booty a little bit more round. But to be honest, it's nothing to be worried about. And as obviously a female, looking at tweets like that, it just breaks my heart, because I treat my social media as like a place to hang out with like my best friends. Like, that's how I want my social media to be. I go there and I see girls that are like about to compete, or girls that just lost weight, or girls that are getting hella strong, and like I'm there to support one another. And I feel like it's just sharing our journey. If it's like you and your books, or you and your photography, or whatever it is, I'm just there to like learn, create. And then you go on it and people compare you, and you start comparing yourself. And I know this video is going to be hella all over the place, but I just want to get it out of myself, because yeah, I just thought I'll hang out with you, like best friends, and we can go from there. So would I worry about hip dip? No, I fucking wouldn't worry about a hip dip. I wouldn't worry about a thigh gap. We are all made differently. When it comes to comparing yourself, raise your hand if you are guilty of it. And I don't just compare myself to myself like 5 years ago, okay? Because like when I first joined, well, maybe like 3 years ago, when I first joined the gym, or like, I joined the gym like 2015, beginning of 2015. And then I will try to like insert a picture, or you guys can go to my social media. I will leave a link down below. I was about like 120 pounds, being 5'7". So I was a tiny human being. Like, I was really thin, but carrying a plate was heavy. So I don't compare myself to like how I was, which this is how you're supposed to compare yourself if you're going to compare yourself, is to the progress that you have made. So for example, if you lost weight, or if you gained weight and you wanted it, if you gained the muscle that you wanted, or got stronger, this is what you should compare yourself to, not to someone else's on the social media, on a lot of social media platforms. And so that's the first thing. Just don't compare yourself. If you're going to compare yourself to yourself. Make sure that you're a better person than you were yesterday, that you're doing something towards your goals. And to me, trust me, it's really hard, and I feel like I'm preaching here, but your girl struggles with that on a daily basis, okay? But that's why I do like social media, because there are girls that are supportive, that are amazing. And obviously in my previous video, which is Girl Power video number 1, you can go in and I mention a lot of girls that I recommend and I like check on a daily basis, and we talk, and it's amazing to have a support. Oh shit, I'm with my camera. To have a support from other girls, knowing that not everyone is going to be judgmental and not everyone is going to pick on you. So that's the first thing. Second thing that I would say, if about social media, get yourself a community, okay? Surround yourself with the people. So for example, if you go to the gym and none of your girlfriends, like at work or school or whatever, are really into what you're into, you need to find even whatever it is. It might be art, it might be yoga, it might be whatever, like public speaking, whatever it is. Find people like-minded, and it's going to be so much easier. You can ask for tips, you can share your tips, you can like support one another, and it's going to be so much easier, because you're going to have the person that you can vent to, and you can just share your experience. So for example, if you're struggling with something, there's going to be girls that are going to be like, listen, take a day off, you'll be fine, or go and do this, that helps me, let me know how it goes, and you can go from there. So that's the second thing. Third thing I would say, and I feel like that's going to be the most important thing, and I'm not trying to bash anyone here, don't hate me for this, but a lot of the time, and like I do before and after pictures. I've showed it before. There's so many girls nowadays that post pictures, you know, like Instagram versus reality. That is so important because I wake up on a daily basis. I'm like, okay, I had pizza yesterday, and like, I don't know, I've been ill for the last 2 weeks where it's so busy, and I felt really bad. I was really bloated. I got a cold, and I was taking like Lemsip and some cough and throat medication, and it would blow me out really badly. And I was like, okay, I'm not making any progress. Like, I'm supposed to be getting stronger, but I feel shit. Keep in mind, I had temperature all day, and I was trying to train, which that's another video if you should train when you're ill. But if you guys want to know, I will make it. Leave in the comments down below if you want to know what my approach is to training when you are ill. But yes, so when it comes to comparing yourself, we now see people posting pictures in the morning and then like 11 o'clock at night, like after a whole day of eating, how bloated they get. But when it comes to comparing myself or yourself to other people, stop. Just, you need to stop. And I tell that to myself on a daily basis, because first of all, those people have different genetics. They probably have a different body frame that you like. So you might find someone attractive that's like really tall and like toned, athletic looking, or like I appreciate girls that are like, you know, petite and they have like nice curves and it just looks different. Is even if I have the same measurements that they do, I'll never look the same way that the girls do. So that's number one. If you're going to compare yourself, make sure that you're the same like height and weight, and that can be your goal, something to aspire to be. It's not like, oh, she is here, I'm not here, I'm shit. Like, that's my kind of comparison. I'll be like, oh, people like Buff Bunny, Nikki Blackketter, and they're like 5 foot. I think Nikki is 5'2", and Buff Bunny is like 5 foot tall or something like that, or like 4'11". So I'm never going to look the way they do because just my body composition is different. So I'm 5'7", so I'm always going to look a lot, not leaner, but I'm going to look bigger because I'm going to be, even if I had like 23, 24 inches waist, my waist is going to look so tiny compared to what they do. So that's another thing. If you're going to aspire to be like someone, you know, if you're like, okay, my goal is to have as round booty as they do, and even if I had the same measurements, it's going to look different. So make sure that if you're comparing yourself, you're comparing yourself to the same body type. But don't compare yourself. Compare yourself to how you was yesterday or a year ago or whatever. If you're losing weight, just think about it, how much, like how further you came, you know, how amazing you are now. So, and the last thing kind of that I want to touch on comparing yourself is that those girls don't look like themselves, okay? And here's going to be a little story time, and not bashing anyone or anything. It is just what we see on social media, and I'm guilty of it. Like, I won't post a picture when I feel bloated or like, you know, my hair is a mess and the lighting is shit. It's all about posting the nice pictures. Like in your photo album, usually you want the nice pictures, like you will take 10 pictures and you'll just keep one. So that's exactly what they do. They will take, there's a picture on Instagram, on Twitter, of someone, I don't remember who it was, I don't want to put any names out, doesn't matter, but they just showed how many pictures they've taken to take one picture and post it on Instagram. And it was like, I think like 60 pictures to pick one selfie to be posted. So keep it in mind, they've took their time. It's not like you come in for a first time and you just take a picture and there you go, I'm going to post this one because, well, I think I look good. They take time. That's their job. They need to look good. And the third thing, the last thing is, the second last thing, is that when I went to the Body Power, it was in May, today is August, mid-August. When I went to the Body Power on that day, I felt so shit about myself. I was like, everyone around that time were posting like shredded selfies and looking amazing, and I was like, okay, great, like I'm ready to just die here. But I went over and, you know, you see people posting pictures in Gymshark trousers, leggings, and the difference, how they look on pictures and in real life, because every single athlete or person affiliated with Gymshark didn't look like they do on their pictures. Those girls had love handles. Those girls had, instead of hip dips, sticking out hips. They had arms. It wasn't toned all the time. The tummy wasn't flat 24/7. You could see a little bump on the belly, like, you know, like we all get bloated, and it's a normal thing. If someone who has such a big social media following can have this, and you know, you see like people like Nikki, and they're actual human beings. They don't always look shredded. Their bum doesn't always look like a massive peach. Yeah, it's there. but the angles and the lighting and the pictures, it makes it a lot bigger, it makes it a lot smaller in the right places. And yes, so there's no point of comparing yourself to someone else because they don't even look like themselves. So Instagram is a whole another story. Like, to compare yourself to Instagram models or Instagram pictures is so horrible, and I know I do it a lot, and I know it's really unhealthy. So I'm just sharing this message. I hope you guys stop doing it. If you're going to compare yourself to yourself. Make sure that you're a better person than you were yesterday. And yes, that's what I'm trying to do. Just trying to compare myself to myself, because your girl trips. Like, I'll be so harsh and horrible to myself, and I know there's no need. And yes, if you guys ever need someone to talk to, then you can always tweet me or go to my Instagram and slide to my DMs. Girls, preferably, I'll talk to you. Get you out of the, oh, but I don't have this butt, or I don't have this waist. I don't care. We can be friends. So just let me know, and we can be friends. And that will be it for this video. Let me know, when do you find yourself comparing yourself to someone? Because I can go to the gym, I can stick to my diet, usually when I'm tired and when I have too much coffee. And I mean, who can have too much coffee? But I feel like when my anxiety is bad, that's almost like when I'm bored as well. Like, I'll just go in and be like, oh, why am I not here? But me comparing my chapter 1 to someone chapter 25 is never going to be the same. So that's my rant over. So I hope the hashtag girl power is going to be here. Let me know who is your girl power. You can leave the girls down below, their Twitter, Instagram, whatever, and I'll go and check it out. And if you're yourself a girl power, girl supporting girl, let me know, and I'll follow you on social media. Until the next time, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.